Parrotfish sand. Parrotfish contribute to beach sand by chewing and digesting coral, excreting it as sand after digesting the edible parts. Reverse waterfalls. In certain conditions, strong winds can blow waterfalls upward, making them appear to defy gravity. Alien sunsets. On Uranus, the sunsets are bright blue, caused by the interaction of light with the planet's atmosphere, which contains methane that scatters red light. Nuclear pasta. In the crust of neutron stars, atoms are so densely packed that they form structures resembling pasta, known as nuclear pasta, one of the strongest materials in the universe. Crow's tool memory. Crows not only use tools but can remember which type of tool works best for which task and teach these strategies to younger birds. The planet of diamonds. Scientists theorize that deep within Neptune and Uranus, the extreme pressure might turn carbon into diamond, effectively raining diamonds inside these ice giants. Vampire deer. The water deer native to parts of Asia has long canine teeth resembling vampire fangs used during mating disputes rather than for sucking blood. Living metal. Gallium is a metal that melts in your hand with a melting point of about 2976 degrees C, 8557 degrees F, allowing it to be liquid metal at just above room temperature. Ballooning lakes. Lake Kandy in Kazakhstan is known for its submerged forest and the trees that rise above the surface of the water, resembling masts of sunken ships. The banana's genome. Bananas are naturally triploid, meaning they have 3 sets of chromosomes, which contributes to their seedlessness and large fruit size. Snails' time perception. Research suggests that snails perceive time differently from humans, potentially seeing the world in slow motion due to their slow metabolic rate. Colorblindness in dogs. Dogs aren't completely colorblind. They see the world primarily in shades of blue and yellow. Sunflower stars. Sunflower sea stars are among the fastest-moving starfish, using their 1524 arms to move up to 1 meter per minute across the sea floor. Quantum biology. Quantum tunneling in enzymes has been observed, where particles move through barriers that they shouldn't be able to, speeding up biological reactions. Spiderweb record. The Darwin's bark spider produces the largest web of any spider, spanning rivers and lakes with webs that are up to 25 meters wide. Antarctica's blood falls. The red coloring of blood falls in Antarctica is due to iron oxide-rich salty water that oxidizes upon contact with air, originating from a subglacial lake. The moon's water traps. The moon has cold traps where temperatures are so low that water ice can exist for billions of years, potentially available for future lunar explorers. Vegetarian sharks. The bonnethead shark is one of the only known sharks that has a diet consisting significantly of seagrass, digesting it with enzymes typically found in herbivores. Screaming plants. Some studies suggest that when stressed by drought or physical damage, plants can emit ultrasonic screams that are inaudible to human ears. Miracle berry. The miracle fruit temporarily alters taste perceptions, making sour foods taste sweet thanks to a molecule called miraculin that binds to taste buds. Dancing plants. Some desert plants have seeds that can dance. Their shape causes them to move and burrow into the ground when moistened by rain. Transparent frogs. The glass frog has such a transparent skin on its underside that you can see its heart and other internal organs beating and working. Whales' desert relatives. The closest living relatives to whales are the hippopotamuses. They share a common semi-aquatic ancestor that lived about 40 million years ago. Aerogel's lightweight strength. Aerogel, also known as frozen smoke, is one of the lightest solid materials on the planet, composed of 99.8% air and used for insulating spacesuits. Fish that climb waterfalls. The Hawaiian goby fish has a suction cup on its belly that allows it to climb up waterfalls and vertical surfaces as it migrates upstream. The ever-expanding universe. Not only is the universe expanding, but the rate of expansion is also accelerating due to mysterious dark energy. Self-repairing skin. Humans shed about 600,000 particles of skin every hour, and the entire outer layer of skin is replaced every month. The pink lake, Lake Hillier in Australia, is a bright pink lake, and its unusual color is permanent even when the water is taken into a container. The manchineel tree. The manchineel tree, found in Florida and the Caribbean, is so toxic that standing under it during rain can cause blistering of the skin from mere contact with its sap. Naturally formed bridges. The natural arches and bridges in Utah were formed by erosion from water, ice, and temperature fluctuations over millions of years. Biological clocks in plants. Some plants have a type of internal clock that helps them predict when to bloom and when to drop leaves based on sunlight patterns. Venus flytraps counting mechanism. Venus flytraps count the number of times an insect touches their hair-like structures to avoid false alarms before closing to trap prey. The night-shining clouds. Noctilucent clouds are the highest clouds in Earth's atmosphere, located in the mesosphere and visible only when illuminated by sunlight from below the horizon at twilight. Sharks' sixth sense. Sharks have a sixth sense called electroreception, allowing them to detect electrical fields created by other creatures, helpful for hunting. The oldest recorded melody? The oldest known melody, which is over 300–400 years old, was discovered inscribed in cuneiform on a clay tablet in Ugarit, Syria. The hum of the earth. The earth emits a constant low-frequency vibrational sound, inaudible to human ears, caused by atmospheric disturbances like ocean waves. Living wind indicators. Some types of bacteria can change wind patterns by increasing cloud cover, influencing local weather systems. Coral sunscreen. Coral produces a natural sunscreen to protect itself from UV radiation, which scientists are studying to develop environmentally friendly sun protection for humans. Tardigrades in space. Tardigrades, also known as water bears, are microscopic creatures that can survive extreme conditions, including the vacuum of space. Alaska's sand dunes. Contrary to popular belief, Alaska has sand dunes in the Kobuk Valley, some of which are over 100 feet tall and likely formed during the last ice age. Penguins waddle. Efficiency. Penguins waddle because it's the most energy-efficient way for them to move on land, despite appearing clumsy. The floating post office. India has a floating post office on Dal Lake in Srinagar, Kashmir. It's not only a mail facility, but also a tourist attraction. Echoes on Mars. Mars' atmosphere is so thin that sounds carry a much shorter distance than on Earth, and any echo would dissipate almost instantly. Octopus blood. Octopuses have blue blood because it's copper-based, which is more efficient for oxygen transport in the cold and low-oxygen environments they often inhabit. The raining spiders of Australia. In certain regions of Australia, spiders can sometimes be seen raining from the sky, a phenomenon caused by their ballooning behavior, where they use webs as parachutes. Mountain growth. Some mountains, like the Himalayas, are still growing taller. The collision of tectonic plates pushes them up by about 1 cm per year. Plant communication. Plants can communicate distress using chemical signals. When attacked, some can send chemical warnings to their neighbors, who then bolster their own chemical defenses. The soliton wave. In the 1830s, John Scott Russell first observed a solitary wave in a canal which maintains its shape while traveling at a constant velocity, known as a soliton. Bioluminescent rivers. In Puerto Rico, the Mosquito Bay is known for its bright bioluminescent water, caused by microorganisms that emit light when disturbed. Living jewelry. Some mollusks can create pearls so large and perfectly round that they are sometimes embedded into living tissue as a form of bio-jewelry. Tiger's powerful roar. A tiger's roar can be heard up to 3 km away, making it one of the loudest calls in the animal kingdom. Super bananas. Bananas can naturally produce a chemical that boosts their resistance to fungi and pests, reducing the need for chemical pesticides. The color purple. Natural purple is one of the rarest colors in nature because it requires specific and complex chemical conditions to be produced by plants. Peat's longevity. In some parts of the world, peat bogs can preserve human bodies for thousands of years, effectively mummifying them without the use of embalming fluids. The swimming desert mouse. The Australian water-holding frog stores water in its body, and when threatened, it can curl into a ball and roll to a new location. Algae towers. In the future, urban environments might use large bioreactors filled with algae that absorb CO2 and produce oxygen, functioning as vertical forests. Thermal vision in snakes. Pit vipers, boas, and pythons have heat-sensing organs that allow them to see the thermal radiation emitted by warm bodies, even in total darkness. Dancing squids. Some species of squid perform complex mating dances that involve changing colors and patterns to attract mates. The living clouds. Certain species of high-altitude bacteria can cause ice to form in clouds, influencing the weather by triggering rain or snow. Birds that can count. Studies have shown that crows are capable of performing basic arithmetic such as counting and understanding zero. Mushroom communication. Some fungi, like the mycorrhizal networks found in forests, create vast underground networks that plants use to transfer nutrients and information. Invisible sharks. Some shark species have skin that absorbs 99% of light, making them nearly invisible in deep water. Snake Island. Off the coast of Brazil, the island of Queimada Grande is so densely populated by venomous golden lancehead snakes that it's considered one of the most dangerous places in the world. Fossilized lightning. When lightning strikes sand, it can create glass sculptures known as fulgurites, which are essentially fossilized lightning. Antarctic volcanoes. Beneath Antarctica's ice sheet, there are active volcanoes that could potentially accelerate ice melt and influence sea level rise. Hypersonic sound beams. Sound can be focused into beams so precise they can be heard only by a person standing directly in the path of the sound beam, known as audio spotlights. Stay curious and subscribe for more awesome facts.